and you on the other side of this camera, it's the same thing, right? If there's something that you're dealing with that it's like a weight on your shoulder, it's like a weight in your world, and I understand it. I feel that right now. And it's like, but you just have to understand, like, at the end of the tunnel, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. The only time there's not is when you stop. Like, if you stop right now what you feel and you soak in it and you just stay there, then that's what you're gonna see. Like, you're only gonna see darkness, right? But if you keep going, like, you keep going, you keep chugging along, there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel, man. And it's just it's a natural thing. And as I've been working through these emotions, sometimes I get on I feel like I go to the light and then I go back in the tunnel, right? I go to the light, then I go back in the tunnel. And but it's one of those things where it's a process. Welcome world, welcome family to another episode of the EL2A Podcast. I'm your host, Gilmore and Eddie Rocker. And to the right of me, man, we got the Rocket. How you feeling today, Eddie?
I'm all right, bro. What's up with you?
I'm feeling awesome, man. And in the room, man, we got some special guests in the room looking at us, man. We got Mr. Davari, we got Benji, we got Dimitri in the house. They clap it up, fellas, so they can hear y'all. Yeah. All right, but it's a cool day today, man. We as we're recording this, a little break the boys, so we done got them in the house today so they can see it live in action. So one day they gonna have a podcast, but we're also gonna be doing some content after this. So we're about to have a fun day today. But man, stop what you're doing right now. Like, subscribe, and comment. All right, come invest in the future that's gonna change the world. Cut Different Academy, man, coming soon, 2027. Think about this. Think about a world, right? Where young men know who they are and they know where they're going.
What's up, EL2A family, man? Come invest in the futures that are going to change the world. What you see here right now, man, we are reimagining education, right? We are giving these young boys and showing them who they are and where they're going. We're creating a school-to-career pipeline, and it's happening right here on this property, man. So let's go, EL2A family. We're going to have a QR code that pops up. You scan that code, all right? And it's going to take you and tell you everything you need to know to come help us invest in the futures that's going to change the world. Let's go.
Yeah. Think about a world where young men operate in their identity, knowing that God created them to be great, and they leave school, right, knowing what they want to do. They leave school confident in themselves, right? They don't take that grace period, well, I got to figure it out. We know what happens when a young person has to figure it out. They start getting around people that's not for them. They start taking in information that's not for them, and they begin to just go on this path that just has them going like this, man. We're trying to get them a direct path to success, and that's why Cut Different Academy is important. So come invest in the future that's going to change the world again, all right? But other than that, what I do want to talk about, we're going to bring some of the boys up so y'all can hear from them. We got three of them. We're going to hear really quick from them. But I do want to chop it up. We always want to be organic on this episode. Merry Christmas, too. I know Christmas is coming up. We're going to have an episode right after this one that's going to be a Christmas Day episode for y'all. But it's in the holiday season, man. Rocket, talk to me about the holiday season. How did it feel when you see the Christmas trees and when you're walking in the stores, you smell the aroma of Christmas? How did that feel for you?
How I feel? Like I'm about to spend a lot of money.
Don't spend some money, yeah.
I was funny on the way over. I just had a conversation with Johnny, one of my homeboys, but he was just talking about his kids' Christmas list, and I showed you. That's it. I showed you the oldest Christmas list. My oldest daughter, man, she's 13 years old. She got a 13-year-old Christmas list.
Yeah,
you feel me? But I mean, it's always good times, man. Being with the family, the food. My 13-year-old has told me. So it's Thanksgiving break now. She's gone for the week. She's already, I don't know if you did see the decorations on the door. Mm-hmm. She's already been putting up all the decorations around the house. So I guess we skip Thanksgiving and go straight to Christmas.
Yes, sir.
She told me by the time she come back, I gotta have the Christmas lights up. So
yeah, she want a tote bag.
No, a tote bag. Yeah. Dior lipstick.
Yeah, my Christmas tree, my son got the Christmas tree up.
Yeah,
decorated the whole house, and yeah, man, it's that time. So I'm excited about it. But even in this season, one thing we always want to do is be organic, man. And I wanted to have this conversation with Eddie really quickly. Well, no, I shouldn't say quickly, but just honest, open conversation, because I know this is going to help somebody, right? So I get on the internet, we get on the internet on this podcast and we talk to you, right? We tell you guys about pushing through, overcoming and success and all these different things. But that's an easy thing to do, right? It's an easy thing to be on this side of the camera talking to somebody, telling them what to do. But it's another thing where you have to put that in action, right? So this weekend, me and Eddie were at a football game, right? And watching our little brother play football. And we do it every chance we get. And this is a wonderful experience for us. But in this game was a little different. It was a senior night. We were able to go on the field. So us as a family, our parents, our uncle, on the field taking pictures. Again, this is his last home game of the season. Just a wonderful occasion. But as that game went on, like right in the first quarter, I remember I was hyped. I'm recording. I'm doing my thing, recording everything. I got it even on my phone. And this one play happened. And then I did see a player like not get up, but I really wasn't paying attention. And then I seen the look on my mama's face, and my mama looked at me like, "Is that Ja?" Like my little brother named Ja Gilmore. She's like, "Is that Ja?" And I looked, and I instantly like panicked, and I seen the look on my dad's face, and my dad looking. And at that time, all you could do, he was on the ground just flopping around. Then you get like helpless, and you can like just see him flopping around. He hurt. Whatever happened, it hurt because he just on the field flopping around. But if you ever in a stadium, right, you got a loud packed stadium, so we got like 50-some thousand people in there. It's loud. But when somebody gets hurt, the stadium instantly goes silent. And all you hear is silence, and you can just see them squirming around and groaning in pain and stuff like that. And once now we panicking like, oh, that's because when I figured out it was him, I'm like, oh, what's going on? So we instantly rushed down to the field, to the point to where the guards are, and we're sitting there waiting because we know he's hurt. We like, what's going on? And then obviously, you could tell something serious because they bring the cart out and they had to get him. And it's one of them experiences I don't wish on nobody, right? It's my little brother, the person I seen grow up, like my child dang there. And once we able to get there, he gets in the ambulance and blah, blah, blah. We go, my mom and Eddie end up getting in the car, jump in the hospital. Jump in the dang, what I'm talking about, ambulance with him. And I'm just in there and I'm trying to talk to him while he's in the back, just keeping him, like we just having these conversations. And I'm like, bro, but before I even get to the back end of it, what happened? Well, he ended up breaking his leg. That's what happened. He has a broken leg, right? And thinking about the moment of a person working for something all their life, right? You working for this all your life, and you smell it. Like we all want things, right? And we do, especially when you do things the right way, right? He's somebody that's done it the right way. He's worked from level to level to level. He got to his point, and what he's like a couple games away from reaching his goal, like the ultimate goal of what he want to get. That something like this happening, man, and it like crushed my spirit. Like I'm still dealing with it today. But it was one of those things as a family, like as a unit, you really have to tap into your faith to a whole nother level, right? You have to practice what you preach. We got these young boys in this room today, and we come in here, we look at them all the time, and we talk about no matter what you're going through, you push through, no matter your circumstances, no matter what's going on at home, you push through. But again, when you have to practice what you preach, man, it's hard, especially a situation like this when it hits so close to home. And it's not that, and again, you may look at this, well, that's not you, that's your little brother, I'd rather it been me, you know what I mean? I'd rather me go through this than him, and have to watch him go through it, man. But he's been a trooper about it, and the reason I'm bringing this conversation up, because I'm still in the midst of, and you know what thing people say, they be like, don't question God, and that's one of the hard things too, because I've been questioning God, right? Like, why? That's not that I don't trust God. I have faith in God. Like, I understand that it's gonna make sense, but it ain't making sense right now. And I was talking to my dad last night, actually. He was like, I forget how I said it, but I was telling him these same things, and he was like, the thing about faith, you don't know until you know, right? So you don't know until you know. And when I say that, you don't know until you know, because everything is blurry until it pops up. And you're like, okay, that's why I went through that, right? So that may be a year later, that may be 2 years later. But that's what faith is, right? Faith is like being in the dark, right? And understanding that God is in control and that we're going to figure it out, that we're going to be okay. And in the dark, like, we as humans, it's natural to question, like, man, what's going on? Why did I have to go through that? Like, why did that have to happen to me? And I'm still, like, again, I still had that. Why did that have to happen to him? But I understand I understand what type of person he is, his spirit side, and I understand over time, his story, that situation is going to help him, will help somebody else. He's going to be able to take from that, and he's going to be able to build on that until catapult him into whatever's next for him. And you on the other side of this camera, it's the same thing, right? If there's something that you're dealing with that it's like a weight on your shoulder. It's like a weight in your world. And I understand it. I feel that right now. And it's like, but you just have to understand, like, at the end of the tunnel, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. The only time there's not is when you stop. Like, if you stop right now, what you feel, and you soak in it, and you just stay there, then that's what you're gonna see. Like, you're only gonna see darkness, right? But if you keep going, like, you keep going, you keep chugging along, there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel, man. And it's just it's a natural thing. And as I've been working through these emotions, I sometimes I get on I feel like I go to the light and then I go back in the tunnel, right? I go to the light, then I go back in the tunnel. And but it's one of those things where it's a process, right? And that's a natural thing, man. I want to have this moment to be one of those sympathy, empathy moments with you. I wanted to be able to come on here and say, man, yeah, we preach and we say that, but we're humans too, and we go through real things too, right? Real emotions, I have them too. And I'm still trying to balance those out to see, like, okay, this is where we at. But it's going to be a story at the end of the day. So that's how, when I wanted to bring Eddie in, obviously on the conversation, Eddie was there. He experienced it his own. So kind of just talk about that experience and how, I guess, it's affecting you or how you working through it today as well.
So it was crazy. So like you said, I don't think nobody, you sitting to the left, Pop sitting to the right, Mom on the outside of Pop. I seen it, like, and that's why when Uncle Mike showed Pops, Uncle Mike was showing Pops, showing y'all the video, Pops asked me if I wanted to see it. I already seen it. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that literally went, and that's why the way that I was positioned in the seat when it happened, I just seen him. That was crazy.
Yeah, the real emotions, dog.
But like you said, with having adversity, he gonna be straight. Same thing you said, questioning God, asking why. Wishing it was me instead. But I mean, at the end of the day, you still gotta have faith in God. And when y'all left and went to the you went and got food, Mom, Pops, they went and got, cleaned up and stuff. Me and y'all was able to have a conversation. That comeback story, regardless of whatever it is, because he'll be a heck of a coach. You know what I'm saying? It's in him to be a coach. He reminded me of Coach Collins so much, bro. That's crazy. But that was just, stuff that he was prepared, and I think that's what I'm really going to. So like you say, the people that face adversity, being prepared, knowing that every day not gonna be a good day, being prepared, knowing that things can go left in the blink of an eye, but what next? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do with that situation? Are you gonna tuck your tail and just sit in it, and now is woe is me, and I don't know what to do next? Or are you gonna use that moment to propel yourself to the next thing that God has for you? And I think that's the cool thing about him. Like you said, I just, you could sense the emotions in the room from going down on the field, him getting carted by, to being in the hospital. That's one thing that he said, like, bro, when, he said when they opened the ambulance door, he was like, bro, that's when I knew it was real, so I could see it in your face. But I mean, it wasn't, even though trying to be strong for him, you know what I'm saying, it's still just you can't help it. You can't fake the feeling of a loved one. Like you say, I remember being 12 years old, rocking this little man to sleep, his 8th grade year. It was he played for the Junior Chiefs, and I was coaching. Me and Pops was coaching. I remember he made a cut. I don't know if he made a cut and he got hit. I just remember his leg got hurt then. And the same way, in that moment, the same way he was on the field in his 8th grade year, that's what it was the other night. And it's just like, bro, it's crazy. So, but I think overall he's doing, it'll be a great comeback story. There are a lot of things that people face in life. And I mean, I think that, again, you just got to surround yourself with the positive people. You just got to be prepared for what's next. And that's basically what I'm going with the story, just my emotions with it. Just, I feel like his story is going to be so crazy, whether he still, get a chance in the NFL or whatever he may do. I think that moment and that night, that's going to help him get to where he's trying to be. And then, like you say, for us to come out and put it in the air like this, we through the work that we do, speaking with the boys, because we tell the boys this all the time. It's going to be gone in the blink of an eye. Don't take life for granted. So we preaching it. And I think that's one of the craziest things as a mentor, as a father, we try to tell our kids, we try to tell the boys, be prepared, you never know when it's coming. And we're just trying to prepare them, you know what I'm saying? Not wanting them to actually experience it, but, just if it comes, we want them to be ready for it. And, now it's here and it's like we're dealing with it ourselves. So it's like, man, how do we navigate this? How do we navigate this room? How do we navigate this moment? And now we got to practice what we preach. You know what I'm saying? What good does it do for the boys or for ourselves to tell these young men to be ready to handle adversity if we can't?
Yeah. In defining moments. I think that's what is important. I was watching Inky Johnson talk today. Inky Johnson, if y'all don't know, he's a motivational speaker. He had a crazy accident and playing football, a tackle, a regular routine tackle, ended up having got taken off his arm or cut off his amputated his arm. And when you think about those like defining moments, like everybody's gonna face a defining moment, right? You may be in that defining moment right now, but you can literally choose which way you go from it. It can be a story that you tell to help and somebody to help somebody else overcome, or it's gonna be one of the moments where it's just your life didn't go the way it happened because of that, right? We can always pinpoint to someone and say, oh, because of that, this didn't happen. And I think even, when we go back to my story, and I share it all the time and talk about my college experience, there's been so many people that sat in this chair and talked about their experience and talked about what it did for them. And man, no matter what you're going through, bro, I don't care. And emotions are real. And that's the thing about it. What you feel is real, right? What we feel is real, but we can't sit up here and emote, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to us having to be strong for the rest of our family or being strong for our little brother. It's just him, like that, the person that went through it, like just being able to hear from him and see how he's been resilient, man. Life is going to life, bro. Life is going life, but you have to make the conscious decision no matter what's going through, the way you look at it, what's your perspective on how it happened, right? Even in that situation, my pop said he was talking to another dad and the dad was texting him, but this dad that he was talking to, he actually lost his son. Like his son had lost his life. So he was like, that put crazy perspective on how he even approached the situation. He was like, man, this man on lost, like that gave, like we can find perspective in anything, right? If you want to mope, you can mope. You can find something to complain about, right? If you want to be the person that look at the negative of things and try to find a reason, why they get the you're gonna be able to find that, right? But when you want to find a positive thing to uplift you, like a moment to be like, okay, like there's kids in other parts of the world that don't have running water, or there's people that lost, you know what I mean? You can always find a way to get a positive outlook on anything in life, man. So again, I really wanted us to have that conversation, man, to just motivate. I hope that's a motivating factor for you, right? I hope that encourages you to look at your situation a little different. I hope that encourages you to push, you know what I mean? No matter what you're going through or what you may be feeling right now, understand that that's not the end. It's only going to be the end if you allow it to be. This could be a platform to catapult you to whatever's next, right? Whatever you're going through, you can learn. There's a lesson, right? One thing about it, when you go through something, when you get through, you become an expert in whatever that is, right? When you go through something, you get through it, you get on the other side, you become an expert, because now you know what it takes to get through it. And now, because you're not going to be the only one to go through it. So now you have the information to go back and let somebody else know, hey, this is how you do it. That can become your business. That can become the thing that sets you free, that now you can go back and pull other people from, right? You go through what they say, you grow through what you go through. And now when you get on the other side, you're the expert at it, right? And nobody can tell you different because you've been through it. So, man, just keep your head up. And just, I mean, life gon' life, but we got to be able to keep one foot in front of the other, daily deposit, and keep stacking them days, man. So, anything on that before we?
Yeah, I mean, and just the last piece to it, because so when it happened, so now our brains start clicking. We we started thinking like, okay, what's next? Like we
That's
trying
real.
to think.
That's what,
You
and we
feel
just
me?
hit. I say that.
Yeah. So we automatically started, thinking, what's next for him? Like, how can we put him in a better position? I help him get in a better position because we can't do it. But what ideas can we think about? So we went down to Tampa a couple years ago, and the man, dude, I can't think of the guy's name, but he forgive me, but he was like, find 20 ways to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So you find a problem and you find 20 ways that you can, or find a goal, find what you're trying to achieve and find 20 ways to reach that, that goal. And I feel like that's what we started doing. Like, start telling them, hey, you can do this, you need to do this. Talk to the coaches, talk to the AD, get your LLC straight. So get all these things in place, because if football doesn't work out, you're still gonna be successful on this side. And again, with when faced with adversity, I think as a man, there've been different things that that I as a 34-year-old man, there are things that I've experienced myself that I had to, when those problems came, I immediately had to go into the thinking mode, because again, if I just sit in it, like, I'm gonna be in that dark place. But I gotta find the light at the end of the tunnel. So you start thinking and try to find ways to get out. And then as you start slowly digging yourself out of situations, then it's like, okay, well, anything that I'm faced with, I'll be able to handle. Which is why I said in that moment, I wish it was me, because I know I've seen myself get out of these dark times, that I've been faced with something. So your headspace gotta be right. You gotta be prepared for it. And again, that's why I say for him, this might be, it'll be something good for him, because this is a dark time that I know he gonna dig himself out of, but he'll be able to teach it to somebody else, like you said, or be able to use that as motivation. I didn't expect, this is the worst thing that I've ever experienced. Nothing can get any worse than this. So now I gotta start doing what I need to do.
Yeah, and who I am and where I'm going, I think that's very important what he said. And even in the midst of this, my brother still, he's in the hospital bed currently as we speak. We literally was on the phone yesterday, literally rolling out a whole plan, right? Like, okay, this just happened. Okay, how do we move from here? All right, so you're in here. When you get out, this is what we're gonna do, right? He already got a appointment set up to go, you know what I mean, and meet with the team for treatment and start his treatment plan. And we even rolled out a plan for, like, okay, now the people we gonna talk to and how you gonna go move from, like, this literally a conversation we just had while he's laying in that bed, you know what I mean? So this is, again, another point that we're trying to make. Your situation is your situation, but what are you gonna do? It already happened, right? We got to move past it. Obviously, we feel the emotions of it, but we setting the plan has already been set, right? Now we just gotta just tag day. I told him all you gotta do is stay positive, bro. Stay positive and do what you gotta do, and we'll, once we get on the other side, we'll be able to look back and not laugh, but be able to say, man, look how far you've come from that situation. So I think that's very important. So I get it. We may just wrap it on this. I do want to takeaways. We talked about a situation, right? So no matter what's going on in your life, right? I think it's important is what we just said, who around you, right? So everything we just said, obviously, there's two brothers up here talking about another little brother situation as if it happened to us, right? Mm-hmm. And that's his situation, but he has two brothers that are committed to him, right? So now he has a support system, right? Obviously, he has parents and things, so his mom and dad is up there with him right now. Stop everything and now we on that, right? So he has a support system. So that's the first thing, right? What is your support system? Who are the people around you that are going to help you when you're going through whatever you're going through, right? Are you going through it alone? Are you going by yourself, going in your room, crying your tears and not having nobody where you can find and that can help you get through whatever you're going through? I think that's vitally important. All right. But also setting the plan too. So after that, okay, now you got the people around you. Now you're going through. Now we getting through the emotions out. We crying. We doing our thing. What's next? How do we move from here? Like, what's the game plan? Who are you in this situation, and where are you going, man? And I think those are two takeaways that in the midst of this, and even as we're going through this, even for myself, I think for myself, this is a moment for me to be able to, like, a reminder, right? Like, it's one of those reminder moments for me. Like, life is real, right? No matter. This situation is not no dire situation, but it's a critical situation, but it can always be worse, right? So it's one of the reminders, man, stay on your grind and control what you can control, right? And that's with me. So any takeaways you want to?
Yeah, those two, and then, I mean, as crazy as it may sound, I mean, for those that, again, with us going through it and, asking God why, still trust God.
Trust God, for sure. I think that's powerful too. And I said that in the beginning, right? And I think, man, it's because so many times, especially when you start getting on the journey of faith, man, that people try to make it so, like, unrealistic in a sense. Like, You tell you have faith, and then they make you feel like just having faith means you don't question God. Like that's a human thing. Like, bro, why did this like? But that don't mean we don't trust him. Like, we've seen too much. He's done too much for us not to trust him, but we still want to know why. You know what I mean? And I think you as a human, you got to be okay with knowing like that two things could be true at the same time. So it's like, but the trust is still there. We got faith. Like, we ain't up here saying, sad story like the world is over. Like, we understand what's gonna come. We just like, why this had to happen? Like, why it had to go down like this? And so I think you should have that level of faith. Definitely, if you don't know God, you need to know him, right? Because if you don't know God in the situation going on, you're really gonna be out of it, right? Because you don't got nobody, the real energy and principle to lean on. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure you're tapping in with that higher being, man. So. But yeah, man, we gonna wrap it up like that. I think we'll do that conversation a disservice to try to turn it and start trying to jokey joke. So cause I really think there's a lot of people that's watching this that's going through something. You may be in that season to where something catastrophic or something just bad just happened, and you're like, why? Like, why did this happen for me? So I hope this is the encouragement when you watch this episode that you like, even though I went through this, I can still get through on the other side. I just got to turn the tables. I got to change my perspective. I got to get around some good people, and I got to set the plan for what's next. All right. So grow through what you go through. All right. See you, Rocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you got, man? Tell them.
So what you saying that, like you say, so because the people that like you said, so the ones that may be listening to this episode now, it's November. This happened at the end of the year, 2025. So he's taking this, or we're taking this into 2026.
Yeah.
But again, the mindset, the way that you have to attack it, the plan for 2026, the goals that you have to, it may be you have more. You got to put more on top of your plate now to get back to the adversity side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for those that may be experiencing something right now, it may seem like, all right, 2026 ain't even worth it. You gotta find what you gotta create that plan in order to succeed in 2026. That's why I can't wait to see what 2026 hold for him. Because I mean, at the end of the day, he could mope. We as a family, we could mope all for the rest of 2025. And then just like, all right, well, we ain't even looking forward to 2026. But that ain't the case. So for somebody on the other side of the cameras, just understand that may be what God wants you to. That may be what He wants for you. That's your shining moment right there. You finish the year with this, but then how you succeed or what you achieve in 2026 might be what God actually had for you.
Definitely, man. Stop what you're doing. Like, subscribe, and comment. Man, we're gonna keep this thing going. You think about 2026 is a couple weeks away, and as we embarking on the new year, one thing I do want you guys, who do you want to see on this podcast, right? We've been having some great guests. 2025 has been magical for us. But who do you want to see, right? There may be some people out here that we don't know. Drop in the comments who you want to see on the podcast, man. We enjoy each and every person that's graced this stage. It truly means a lot. The EL2A Podcast alumni, man, we appreciate y'all. And we're going to keep this thing going, man. I'm casting it into our future. Man, we're going to have a president in this seat one day. We're going to have a Senate, state actor, I don't know, a rapper, I don't know. Just we're gonna keep having a lot of great guests, and we appreciate y'all, man. So it's good.
Yeah, man, we're good.
And boy, keep having thoughts coming up. All right, like, subscribe, comment. Christmas coming up. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see y'all next time.